Well, hello, everyone, and welcome for this very, very special conversation with the amazing Donnellyn. I have been looking forward to this conversation with her for months. And so I am so excited that it is finally happening, and we are having this conversation all around moms and redox and how to utilize redox as a mother. And we are so fortunate to have Donnellyn joining us. She is actually a certified midwife for the last 17 years. She has owned and operated one of the largest birth centers in the Metroplex area, has attended over 1,000 births, and has been using the ASEA Redox products for 4 years and is on the medical professional board with ASEA. She is a wealth of knowledge, and we are just so fortunate to have her joining us today. Hello, Donnellyn. Thank you so much.
Hi, Elisa. Thank you. I'm so honored to be here.
Well, tell us a little bit about your background and how you came to be a midwife.
I have always loved babies. I mean, like strange love babies, take babies away from strangers to hold them. My husband said I was going to get arrested. But that's just been my whole life. And then as an adult, I realized I loved helping moms in labor long before there were terms, doula or anything like that. So I would ask people if I could go to the hospital with them because that's all I knew. And so did that all through my children's births and all of that, my own children having babies. And then my husband found an article about doulas and probably 24 years ago. And he said, "This has your name written all over it." So I took the doula training and I became a doula. And the last client that I took as a doula accidentally had her baby at home. We went to the hospital, they sent us back home and said she wasn't ready. And I delivered that baby on the bathroom floor. When that happened, I went, "Oh my gosh, this is it. I don't want to be a doula. I want to be a midwife, but I need more training." It scared me to death and thrilled me to my socks. And so I immediately, as soon as it was possible, began to the educational process. And a few years later, became a midwife and just began to do it really hard because I was already in my 50s. So I just thought I have to do all I can do to actually recoup the investment and answer this call on my life because I knew that I had finally figured out what I was supposed to be when I grew up. And I loved it with my whole heart. So, owned a birth center for 10 years and just sold it in 2020, but I worked until the end of that year at the birth center. And now I'm doing just a few home births, not a lot, because I'm very busy with Redox now and
Well, and
enjoying that just as much.
yes, well, and tell me how you were introduced to the world of redox and what sparked your interest.
Well, I wasn't looking for it. It found me. I got had a very significant health challenge in 2015. Had a surgery, thought I was fine. 2016, a reoccurrence of the same situation, but worse, much worse, the worst that it could be. And so I was extremely ill. And my nutritionist was working with me after I quit the medical regimen. And she gave me a bottle of Redox and did not explain what it was. And I'm sure she just didn't know, or maybe I wasn't listening. I don't know. But I took it home and tasted it, and it tasted like a swimming pool. And I went, I don't know what she has done to me, but I'm not drinking this stuff. So I just refused to answer the phone or any text from anybody upline. And I was very busy. I was delivering 6 to 16 babies a month. at my birth center, running a 10,000 square foot facility, had a staff, had supplies, had the state, had all the stuff. And I did not feel well. I mean, really bad.
Oh.
So until between May and December, it just stacked up. I also did not turn off auto ship. And then in December, one of the people above my actual sponsor called me, and I always give him credit for saving my life, Jim Glenn. I finally answered the phone, and he had called a whole lot of times, but I wasn't going to talk to him. I didn't know him, and I didn't want to go to a meeting. So so when I answered the phone, he asked how I was. I actually told him the truth, which is another miracle. And he explained enough about Redox for me to decide to start drinking it. They have recorded my testimony on Real Redox Results under skeptic number 13. And I was skeptical and cynical and absolutely ugly to him. But I began to drink. He said it was non-toxic. So I thought if a little's good, more's better. So I'll drink this up and show him it's not going to work. That was my goal. And in 3 weeks, I began to get my life back. I knew something was happening. I went to bed praying, God, please don't tease me. If this is the real deal and you're helping my body heal, I'll tell everybody and I'll give you the credit. But I can't handle getting my hopes up and being disappointed again because it had been a rough journey. But I did get well. I got so much better. And then 2 weeks later, the knee that was not healing after a knee replacement, all of the bad symptoms went away on it. And I thought, oh my gosh, this stuff is a miracle. So then I began to educate my clients about it. I was practicing midwife and I would educate them. I understand that pregnant girls aren't even actually supposed to take it unless their healthcare provider oversees and approves. Well, I approved because I thought, what else do I have that's non-toxic? So I educated them, and the ones who wanted to take it, we practiced informed consent, and the ones who wanted to take it did. And I watched them carefully like I did all of my girls, and we had amazing results. So since then, I have just been the biggest fan on the planet, and my health is 100% again. Absolutely no signs of anything negative. And the doctors say I'm a mystery. They can't figure out why I'm alive. But I know why I'm alive. It's because I need to share this product. Wow. So that's a thumbnail of a long journey.
Incredible. And I do just want to make a note. You made reference to it's realredoxresults.com. If you want to look at testimonies, video testimonies, Donnellyn's is there. It's realredoxresults.com, and the password is lowercase redox. So it's a fantastic resource if you're looking for additional testimonies. They're all categorized if you're looking for specific things. And so tell me a little bit, Donnellyn, about what you have seen with your clients who have been able to incorporate Redox. What happened after your own personal experience? Then you started to bring it to your clients. What happened?
Well, for one thing, we had perfect pregnancies, no complications, none. And, when you're pregnant, things are a little bit compromised. Your system is a little sluggish because of the lack of room to process and work the way it normally does. And I was just amazed that things that were normally abnormal with certain clients who I've delivered several babies for didn't happen in the pregnancy where they drank Redox, because your body is biointelligent. It knows what to do when you give it the redox signaling molecule. So the problems would correct themselves before they ever occurred. And that just thrilled me, because before that, of course, I have a whole regimen of supplements. But I thought with the supplements, I'm guessing, well, she needs more of this, or she needs more of that, or she might need more of this. And then I had to be careful not to overload their liver, because that's also a little sluggish during pregnancy. So I thought, why would I guess? when our bodies know what to do if they just drink the Redox. So they did, and we had amazing pregnancies. And then the deliveries for those girls, they were amazing. I mean, my average length of labor, including first time moms, and this was a group, it wasn't an individual, but a group of moms that had been on Redox, including first timers. My average length of labor was 7 hours, as opposed to the other group where the average length of labor was 18 to 24 hours.
Wow.
So I know you need to get your doctor's approval if you are pregnant and want to use this, but please educate your doctor or have him call Elisa or me or somebody so that we can let him know the absolute power of this natural 100% non-toxic supplement that we can take and help ourselves know exactly what our body needs. So it was amazing, absolutely amazing. All of the things that happen in birth worked better.
Wow.
So
amazing. Well, and you touched on it briefly, but the number one concern of mothers is safety of their children, right? Whether those children are inside of their bellies or outside and in the world. And anything that they put on themselves while they are pregnant or on their children is under this microscope. I experienced it myself when I first became pregnant with my first little one. You look at all of the ingredients, you look at the efficacy, the safety of everything. Can you speak a little bit to the safety of these products?
Well, when I took it and got the results that I did, I thought, it says right on the bottle, 100% non-toxic. What else do we have? Look in your cabinet, look in your bathroom cabinet. What supplement do you have? What herb do you have? What homeopathic, what oil, what anything do you have that is truly 100% non-toxic? Nothing, absolutely nothing. So it's kind of logic to me that if it's 100% non-toxic, we're probably okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
People have to make that decision for themselves, and especially for their babies, because of course I understand I was under a microscope and it made me a little nervous to even recommend it at the beginning. But I thought, no, 100% non-toxic. Let's think about this. I give them vitamins and supplements and homeopathic and herbs and oils and everything else that I know are safe, but this is 100% non-toxic. So we used it on newborn babies when they were first born. We used it on moms during pregnancy and while they were nursing, the gel as well as the liquid. And the gel is absolutely magic for everything concerning all of us.
Yeah.
But in birth, it was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know that when I was pregnant with my two little ones, it was the first thing that I knew I could turn to because I knew the safety of it. And so it just, for me, I had the confidence in the products, had been using them previous even to pregnancy. And so it was just so nice to have that tool in my tool belt while going through that experience of changing in hormones and everything. So it really is powerful. Can you tell us a little bit, so if the product is safe for all ages, how can moms start to incorporate these products with their babies, with their toddlers, with those growing children throughout all the phases of their lives?
Well, the gel is magic for one thing. Anything that happens, you can put gel on the carotid arteries or on the back of their neck because the carotid arteries go straight to the brain. So you can use it that way. Diaper rash, cuts, bruises, burns, bites, anything like that that has to do with the skin, the gel heals, helps your body heal 5 times faster. So who wants to deal with a diaper rash for 5 days when you can get rid of it in one? you know. The little boys that were circumcised, the gel worked amazing. The moms that had to have lip or tongue tie revisions after the first day they need to just use whatever the dentist or pediatrician gives them. But after that first day, if they use the gel to do the stretches, it took the pain away and helped it heal faster. My dentist friend that did that said, don't tell them to use it the first day because it makes it heal too fast. Can you imagine? So, anything that goes on with a newborn, when they had a tummy ache, colic, we rubbed it on their belly and they went to sleep. When they wouldn't sleep, they were just having a restless night, we put it on the bottom of their foot and they go to sleep. In fact, I use it on the bottom of my feet every night before I go to bed because it helps you sleep. And I don't know why. It just helps the body work the way it's supposed to. So there is nothing you can't use it on, obviously. And it has just been a blessing to new moms that, especially new moms that don't have a clue with that first baby, you know, they're so scared. I felt like I was raising mothers instead of raising children because they'd come into my office clueless and you watch them learn with that first baby and 3 or 4 babies later, they're just marching in, having all these children well behaved. And it's the sweetest thing to watch the progression of generations. So
I'm sure it is. Oh, that's beautiful. And it's so funny. I often have moms who joke and say that it's their first aid kit in a bottle, essentially, for all the bumps and bruises and all the different phases. I mean, even from, it's so great that as an infant, right, that again, it's non-toxic. So it's something right
yes.
away I was able to use on my little ones for all of the newborn mysteries, if you will, right? I always knew I had that in my back pocket that I could use, and that it would be something that was safe and could help them. So could you speak a little bit to our Redox drink? And I know that many children have sensitivities even to food. Can you speak to if this is something that might be able to help them?
It absolutely does. I have seen it completely correct children that had allergies and had to go to allergy doctors time after time after time. One mom had taken her baby to like, I've forgotten how many allergy doctors, had tried a list of 57. She kept a list of everything she tried, 57 prescriptions and um, remedies, whether they were natural or whatever. And he was over 3 years old by then and had never had a day without all of the allergy symptoms. And she gave him Redox and they went away. And I mean, I've had so many that got correction that way. You can just put 1 to 10 milliliters in the little syringe that you buy at CVS to administer medication normally. And you can put that in the little syringe and give babies a few drops in their mouth. It goes under their tongue, which is where the sublingual glands are, and can just bring all kinds of corrections. I've even had one mom whose baby had seizures after she did some routine doctor visits early on, and apparently the medicines that they gave her did not agree with her. But the seizure stopped after she started giving her the Redox daily, and she just moved up the amount as the baby grew older. And I mean, so many blessings. You just think about what you can correct or avoid naturally. People have babies with all kinds of issues, whether it's reflux or colic or, just the gamut of things that challenge new moms. I always told my new parents that first 6 weeks, you may be wondering, what was I thinking? Why did I want to have a baby? Because it's hard.
It is.
But by the time you get through it, they're nursing well and you're doing great and baby's doing great and you're so smitten and so in love. But new parenthood, any parenthood is a challenge. Um, for the moms, the things that happen, when moms start nursing, speaking of
Mhm.
nursing, sometimes there's some soreness there. And the beautiful thing about the gel is it helps the tissue repair quickly and it's non toxic. So you don't have to worry about washing it off before you
Yeah,
feed them the next time.
exactly.
There's not anything else out there that you shouldn't wash off, you know? So
Exactly.
there's just, it's endless. I call my Redox my um, if anybody saw my big fat Greek wedding, it's my Windex. You know how he took Windex and sprayed it on everything? My Redox is my Windex. I use it on everything for everyone. I use the drops, the liquid drops in my eyes because they feel amazing. And the eye doctors are amazed at how healthy my eyes are at my age. Some of the things that they say are inevitable as you age are not happening to me. He said, You're in the upper, probably less than 10% because your eyes are not doing the things that I would expect them to do. So I
Oh,
went, Yay.
amazing.
Yay.
Well, and it's interesting you spoke to mothers being able to use it as to support them in their healing journey, but also during pregnancy. It was the Redox gel was such a great thing for me to be able to. I was able to rub it on my belly every single day to help with the skin elasticity after that belly has been stretched to all kinds of lengths, and then the healing process after being delivering a baby, being able to assist the body in that healing process by applying it. Basically, I felt like I was bathing in it almost every day because I was just rubbing it everywhere. What have you
And that's,
seen? What have you seen with the recovery process? And you spoke a little bit to breastfeeding moms. I use the Redox gel, but I also put the Redox drink in a spray bottle, and I would spray it after every nursing session, because like you
yes.
said, it can be so sore. You can get some clogged milk ducts, and it just helps increase that blood flow, and it just helps to just assist everything as your body is trying to navigate postpartum, really.
Yes, yes, yes. I love the gel and the spray for the clogged ducts. We have avoided the worser, the the advanced stage of clogged ducts many times with women
Yeah.
by using the gel, and it was the only thing that would stop it. Of course, that's always an indication that they're not resting enough. So I tell them drink more liquids and rest. You have to rest when your body is adjusting to learning to nurse and learning to produce milk. Um, but the skin integrity is something that I loved about it. When they were drinking the liquid during the pregnancy, the number of lacerations or challenges we had with birth decreased significantly, and the severity of them also. And then for the few that did have to be sutured, because those things happen with first time babies, the gel was absolutely magic and their best friend, because they can use the gel after the birth and the healing happens very quickly, instead of like it did for people like me 100 years ago when I had babies. That was miserable for days and days and days, and not so, because number one, they don't have nearly the damage that they would have had without having the redox on board, or they have none at all, which is always nice. And then anything they have, the gel will help them, their bodies repair quickly. And it's just it's a miracle. And it really is a miracle to me that Vertis discovered this with the other people that were involved and brought it to us. I am so grateful. And the first time I met him, that's what I told him. Thank you so much, because me and a whole lot of other people might not even be here if it weren't for this amazing these amazing molecules, and then look at all of the ways we've discovered it helps and works.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah.
I don't think there's anything that it won't work on in
Yeah.
our bodies. Like they say, if it involves cells, then redox is probably the answer.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The number one question, right? Is there a cell involved with whatever condition you're referencing, right? And there always is. And so can you also speak, what have you seen with couples who have struggled even to get pregnant and how this product might have supported them in that journey? They want to become a mother, and how Redox has been able to support them in that journey.
I have seen it be the answer. In fact, pardon me, I'm going to move this out of the sun just a little.
Yeah, you're fine.
I have seen it be the answer because often that's just another one of the hormonal pathways that are not working properly. Now, I do have to, in all honesty, admit that I had one girl that she drank for 2 years and still ended up, you know, getting help to get pregnant. Um, but she's still drinking. She still saw many, many benefits. But for the most part, that has been the missing link. When they drink the redox, their system knows what to do. Their hormones, it doesn't always work quickly in the hormonal arena, I have found. It's
Mhm.
one of the slower corrections. But if they will give it 6 to 9 months, and there's so much more involved when girls can't get pregnant.
Yeah,
Usually they're trying way too hard.
yeah,
And I tell them to forget about it. Just forget it. Go on vacation and enjoy your husband and
yeah,
just forget about trying to get pregnant. And then they do, because a lot of it is hormonal and emotional.
yeah.
And the stress of trying so hard can actually keep them from conceiving. So there's a lot involved with that. But as far as the hormonal pathways working properly, the ASEA does miracles for them.
Well, and you spoke to hormones as well, and there is a huge hormone fluctuation after giving birth. Have you seen results with that assisting women in those hormone fluctuations and difficulties that women can have postpartum?
I certainly have. I always tease that my daddies loved me for putting their wives on redox because instead of having a wife whose hormones are on a roller coaster, they level out and their wife moves back in. We've all had those hormone fluctuations that we thought, I'm not myself and I don't know how to get me back. But this is the key. I mean, it's the answer. My girls who had uh, the redox on board had no postpartum issues as far as um, challenges with feeling really low and,
Mhm.
the serious side that happens when girls have babies and sometimes they just get really, really down.
Yeah,
None, absolutely none of my group did
yeah,
that. And they seemed level.
yeah,
I'd always check on them. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Are you crying all the time? Do you still love your baby? Do you still love your husband? All of those questions that, because I did personally have postpartum challenges, and it was scary. It
yeah.
was very scary. I did not feel like I was in control of my emotions and how I was feeling. So, having this to help moms not experience that is an amazing blessing.
Yeah, I completely agree. I distinctly remember the only time I actually felt that low come on was when I ran my auto ship hadn't processed and I had used all of my redox drink. And so I actually had to go about a week without it. And it was amazing to see the difference in my mental stability, essentially. When I didn't have it, that was the only time postpartum that I noticed a difference. Is I just said, I can never do that again because it assisted me in just feeling like the sun was able to come out every day, right? And that was the only time was when I didn't have it that I actually felt myself get a little bit low. So it's incredible what it's able to do throughout all of the changes women experience from pre-pregnancy to pregnancy to postpartum, and then as they're raising little children. And then the last question I really have is, how does our Redox drink and our Redox gel compare to conventional alternatives? Everything that ranges from mom's nipples to baby's bottoms. How do these products really compare to those other conventional products out there?
In my opinion, there's no comparison because there's nothing else out there that's 100% non-toxic. Our skin is our biggest organ, and you take in all of the chemicals and all of the ingredients of anything you put on.
Yeah.
And I'm a proponent now, strong, of natural because of the challenge that I had with my health. You do not know what those chemicals do to your body when you have to use them. So to have something that is 100% non-toxic and actually helps your body correct and heal anything and everything is such a gift, And I mean, it works. I think that's the thing. You can buy all of those highly advertised fancy products and they may smell good and look good and have great um, you know recommendations. The referrals are just amazing, but when you put this one on, it's going to work every time for every situation, and you know that it's worth it working internally, even if you don't immediately feel it. But most of the time in the pregnancy arena, you're going to feel a difference when you add this your to your regimen, and you're going to get good results. And you don't have to worry about what you're putting in you or in your baby. When you add things to your system and then nurse a baby, baby gets it too. So this is safe. That's the difference. It's really safe.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. And this is a little one. He's almost 3 years old and has been a little Redox baby from the beginning. I used it all through pregnancy, postpartum. He's had it since he was a newborn. So it's just amazing what these products have been able to do for our family. I have a 1-year-old as well. And I just appreciate you hopping on today, Donnellyn, to share with us your experiences. And just in closing, do you have any last remarks of, any moms and women who are looking at incorporating these products? What would you say to them as far as, if they're looking at it and they're not sure, how would you speak to them?
Well, of course, I want everyone to plug into their upline and get the research, get the studies, get the science so that you are confident that what you do is good and safe and to your benefit and to your baby's benefit. It's important for you to be comfortable, but there's so much information that we can offer you and the people who are in your arena that will give you the confidence. I wish that I could make it a rule that every single person, but especially young mamas, would be on Redox just for the benefits. It makes such a difference, even differences that I can't really talk about here and now. If we were in a room by ourselves, I would tell you some of the things that I've seen that are absolutely breathtaking, miraculous. The words aren't big enough. Very, very impressive. So get with people that can educate you so that you can educate the people in your arena.
Well, thank you so much, Donnellyn. You are just a wealth of knowledge, and I appreciate you spending some time with us this morning. You know, if you are looking at incorporating these products into your own life, your individual rep can give you some more support and advice for your individual case, and just to help assist you with to have the most optimal experience for you.
Yes.
Yes.
Lisa, we have to say this isn't a cure or a
Yes.
prevention. It's not a medicine. It's not a drug. It's not anything that we can claim fixes everything. It is 100% non-toxic natural supplement that causes our cells to signal. So we're not making any medical claims, and I didn't in my practice either. We just know that what's good for our bodies, and
Yes,
God
thank you
made
so
these,
much.
so they're the best.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that disclaimer. Yeah, it's not a treatment or cure for any medical disease, but it is just amazing what can happen when you empower your body to heal itself, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So thank you again. Thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful day. Take care.
Thank you, Lisa.